It is 9 p.m. Central Time. Welcome Football Recruiting 101. First and foremost, want to make sure everybody can hear me. So if you can hear me, please type yes in the text box. If you can't hear me, go ahead and type in no. Joel, thank you. AJ, perfect. Oh, awesome, thank you. Perfect. All right, so awesome. The audio's coming through. Again, Football Recruiting 101. Gentlemen, my name is Chris Vincent, head football recruiting coach at NCSA. Give them a little bit of my background. I did have an opportunity to go through the recruiting process, although it was a few years ago. I was fortunate enough to have 9 Division I offers walking into my senior year. 7th game of the season, I blew my knee out. Lost every one of them. Hard work, perseverance, being open-minded and proactive, I was able to go on to a Division II school where I competed on scholarship not only in football but also track and field. I had a tryout with the Dallas Cowboys, and then I went into coaching. High school and the collegiate level for 16 years. I was a collegiate scout for 5 years. Here at NCSA for 8. First thing it's going to tell you guys, most importantly, I've been through the recruiting process the last 30 years as a player, a high school coach, a college coach. I got 2 boys of my own that play, so I'm going to be going through recruiting as a parent. So to give you a little bit of a background on what coming from when we talk about Football Recruiting 101, also gives you an idea of the experience that your football head recruiting coaches have. So make sure you take advantage of those in the future. So game plan here tonight is when we get off this call, you're going to have a much better understanding of each division level and how they differ from each other. Of when and how college coaches can contact you. You get a better timeline understanding of when scholarships and roster spots are offered. Academics and how important that is in the recruiting process. And the next steps in your game plan to make sure that you are taking advantage of all the opportunities here. Jump right into Division III. Now, there are 244 Division III programs across the country. Nationally televised championship games called the Stag Bowl. Goes to play in the NFL. There are currently 13 former Division III college players that are now playing in the NFL. Division III is known for their academics. High standard of academic schools. With that being said, there are athletic scholarships. The coaches are very creative in getting athletes that they want. So not discount a D3 school strictly because there's no athletic scholarships. A lot of athletes that I still keep in touch with are going to schools that are $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. They're paying less than $5,000. So the best opportunity if you are interested in playing multiple sports at the level. Very equivalent to Division II. There's 89 NAIA programs. It's for the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. They will offer athletic scholarships. They have 24 athletic scholarships roster. Typically, the more playing time you get, the more scholarship money you'll get. Because it's not NCAA, simplified recruiting rules. Very few restrictions on when college coaches can contact you. Also have on-campus tryouts, and those are allowed anytime. Big difference between on-campus tryouts and a walk-on position. A walk-on position, you have to be fully enrolled into the program, into the school. Then you go and walk and try out. You may make the team, you may not. If you don't make that team, you're stuck at that school for that year. You've already paid your money. You've already paid all the fees. You'll be sitting out of football for a year. Advantage with having a walk-on because you're going to know ahead of time. Team. NAI is another incredible opportunity for athletes. 69 D2 programs. Majorities are going to be east of Colorado. In fact, there are only 6 Division II programs that are west Colorado. Are on the West Coast. Look at D2 schools, you're going to have to travel a little bit. A very high level of competition here. Over 100 Division II players currently in the NFL. Do offer scholarship offers, or do offer athletic scholarships. 36 to be exact on the roster. Typically, it is just like NAI. It's going to be linked to playing time. Now, they can split those offers up, so they can do a partial athletic, partial academic. Able to go on to a Division II school and not pay anything. Split up between athletic, academic, merit-based. And I can tell you, a family doesn't care who pays for college as long as they don't have to. Division I AA, 24 programs across the country. They do have a nationally televised 24-team playoff. Division I AA can do 24, and the FBS schools cannot. Haven't figured that one out yet. Too many NFL players the Division I AA to name, but here's a few that you may have heard of. Joe Flacco, Tony Romo, Vincent Jackson, Jared Allen, to name a few. Now offer athletic scholarships. C3 roster. They offer partial scholarships. You can go to a Division I AA, again, get a partial athletic, partial academic, or you can get a full athletic scholarship. Typically, if it's a partial athletic scholarship, it is going to be right around 50%. Now, there are a couple conferences, the Pioneer League or Ivy League, are non-athletic scholarship FCS conferences, which means they follow the Division III, the way the Division III recruiting is set up. Everything is based upon academics. There is no athletic money. Schools, Division I A, 108 programs, athletic conferences. Most students, most athletes are going to know the Power 5 conferences, but there are a total of 10 athletic conferences. Less than 1%. Less than 1% of all high school football players are going to play Division I. Right, 0.5% will play in a Power 5 conference. No, I didn't say get a scholarship. I said just play. Have those dreams, those goals of playing Division I. Make sure you're in the top 1% in the country. Obviously, they do have scholarships, 85 athletic scholarships. Here's the difference. It is all or nothing for scholarships. The college is paying for all of your schooling or paying for all of it. They do not split up athletic scholarships. So college coaches start contacting you. In the far right column here, Division III and NAIA, pretty open. They can call you. They start sending you recruiting materials. Really, the only thing that's limited is off-campus contact, which means they can come to your school and talk to you, and cannot happen until after your junior year. Everything else with Division III and NAI is wide open. One in Division II. Sophomore year, the only thing you can be receiving are generic camp invites. Thing you can be getting from as a sophomore. Now, you are allowed to take unofficial visits. Really encouraged to take unofficial visits. Get on as many campuses as possible. Junior year, things are going to start changing a little bit. Division II, you're still getting the recruiting materials, but you're allowed to receive phone calls after June 15th. Sophomore and junior year, June 15th, Division II coaches can start calling you. They can also start having on-campus contact with you. One, not able to start receiving emails or social media messages or anything like that until after September 1st. Now, junior year, the spring evaluation period runs from April 15th to May 31st. This is the first time that Division I or Division I AA college coaches call you. You will always hear that junior year is the most important year in recruiting because in this 1 year, every college coach in the country is able to reach out to you on a personal level. There's still no off-campus contact, and again, unofficial visits are limited. Excuse me. Senior year, everything with Division II. Division I AA, still get the recruiting materials, but they can start calling you once per week, September 1st, your senior year. All contact after July 1st, going into their senior year, and they can start coming to 7-on-7s or coming to any spring game that you have or anything like that you have going on. They can start coming to evaluate you. Official visits, again, unlimited. Official visits, a new category here. This is where the college coaches and the school pay for your transportation, your hotel, whatever is needed in order for you to come visit their school. Right? That's going to happen again after the first day of classes senior year. That important part, you are looking to play at the Division I level, and again, not just scholarship, but play, are getting those official visit offers. Scholarship offers typically come out. It's a process, guys. All right, Division III, most recruiting is going to take place during the senior season. And go into the spring. We have one or two colleges that are still looking for athletes from the 2017 class. All right, most of it's going to be during the senior season. Scholarship offers are going to be made sometime between November and March. There are going to be a few trickle scholarships out there made during the summer before the senior season. Most offers are going to be made towards the second half, towards the end of the season of senior year. On AA schools, half of the offers are going to be made during the summer. Most programs are going to have their offers out by December, though. I have a few prospects still looking January to February. Typically, those are going to be transfers or junior college prospects. Division I FBS schools offers 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. It does happen. Those are going to be the Power 5 conference programs. However, most of the offers to Division I schools are going to be extended during the spring or summer before the senior year. There will be a handful of offers still available for the senior season. But here, guys, recruiting is a marathon. It's not a sprint. All right, academics are a huge, huge part of this process. I can almost guarantee that not a single one of you go on the field to be an average football player. You go in the classroom to be an average student. If you are a 2020 or 18, already be registered with the NCAA Eligibility Center. Eligibility Center is what's going to take a look at your academics, take a look at your amateur status, and let the college coaches know that you are academically qualified. When you do look into the Eligibility Center, the thing called the Guide for the College-Bound Student Athlete, it is updated every single year. Would really suggest you to download it, a free PDF. Everything about the academics and recruiting, the courses you need to take, how many credit hours, what your grade point average needs to be, what your test scores are, especially when they change. When the NCAA changes their rules, always take a look at that. Wouldn't be a bad idea for you to print it out and get into your guidance counselor as well. Now, looking to play NAIA, sign up for the NAIA Eligibility Center. Very important that you are signed up with these in order to compete at the collegiate level. Steps in the recruiting process to be successful. Your profile is close to 100% as possible. You're a 2020, maybe even a 2019, a 2020 or 21, 22, 23, anything like that. Chances are you have not taken your ACT or SAT yet. Fine. Profile should be at 95%. Walk into math class, take a test, you get a 95% on it. It's a pretty solid A. Those are the type of profiles that college coaches want to look at. They don't want to look at a profile that's an F or a D or a C for that matter. That profile is close to 100% as possible. Now, the upcoming school year, set a new academic goal. All right, use your overall grade point average by 0.2 or 0.4, 0.5. Going to get a higher score on your ACT or SAT. Set a higher academic goal and reach that goal. Now you have a 2.3 grade point average. You turn your cumulative grade point average into a 3.5. It's going to happen. Some realistic goals. Schedule a one-on-one coaching session with your head football recruiting coach. Get to know them. Let them get to know you. All right, information your head recruiting coach has on you, the better that he knows you, the better schools, the better the matching of the schools. If exactly what you're looking for athletically, academically, socially, geographically. Your individualized game plan put together. Get that one-on-one coaching session set up with your head recruiting coach. Guys, remember that we are in this together. Your family, you, NCSA, so never hesitate to reach out with questions. The only question in the recruiting process is the one to ask. Call us at 877-855-6272. You call us at Recruiting Help, NCSASports.org. moving forward here, the next classes you really need to start looking into is going to be rookie orientation. Understand your NCSA profile and how to get the most out of it. The next football recruiting class is going to coach communications, even coaches the right way. All right, this is a great opportunity, guys. If you have questions, to type them in the text box here. Don't have questions? Maybe you got a workout to do, you got dinner to get to, you got a hot date. Feel free to jump off the phone, guys. You're not going to hurt my feelings at all. We'll be getting a recording sent out shortly after the class ends. Questions here, guys, feel free to type them in the text box. Tonight, either you guys are all asleep or I'm just that good of a teacher. All right, guys. Like I said, it's great teacher. Thanks, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we're always here to help. Never hesitate to reach out if you have questions. Definitely look for the recording here. And how easy is it to sign up for the NCSA or NCAA Eligibility Center? It's really easy. It'll take you about a half an hour. It's not a difficult thing, and it's something that you don't have to fill out all at once. You can sit and come back and update it. One of the things it is going to ask for is going to be a test score, ACT or SAT. Some of you might not have that yet, and it's going to ask for an official transcript. So it might take a few days to get that from your guidance counselor, but definitely get that started. Well, gentlemen, like I said, thanks for joining me here tonight. I know it's a busy time of year. Got football practice, got games, got some athletes are in school already. But thanks for taking time out of your schedule here. And like I said, never hesitate to reach out with questions. Only question is the one you never ask. All right, take care. Have a wonderful night.